Hey, welcome to Red State Update. My name's Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, this Dunlap, Jackie.
Yeah?
There's an election coming.
I know.
An election for the president of the United States of America.
Everybody knows that. If they don't, something, is off with you.
I hope that you knew you were tuning into a political podcast with two political experts, Jackie and me.
What?
And we get on here and we give you political insights and anecdotes.
What is it?
Tell you different kind of political. It's political. We're talking about politics.
We talk about,
Trump?
Who's running? Yeah, they have to
talk
talk
about Trump.
Talk about him. Wish I didn't have to. Wish I didn't ever have to again.
What if that wish came true?
I'm a never a Trump. Yeah. I never won. Yeah.
You're a never Trumper?
Yep.
That means you'd never vote for Trump.
Can't do it. Won't do it. I want to thank also on here Miss Cheney. Can you hear me, Miss Cheney? How old is Liz Cheney?
She's, I don't know, 40, 70.
What?
I don't know.
Anyway, if you listen, Miss Cheney, we want to thank you for saying you're going to vote for Kamala. You know, all these Republicans that go on TV, they do it all the time. They're Bolton, well, they ain't voting for Trump, no. So you'll be voting for Biden or whoever was running at the time, and then, I'm not going to vote. I'm just not going to vote at all. Well, what the hell are you doing here running another one down? You don't give a damn. I figured she just, joined that club, and she didn't. So, yeah.
It's sort of like, I'm not going to eat it all. I don't want a hamburger or a hot dog.
Either one of them.
I guess it's not really nothing like that.
But when you're sitting there saying, if the options are a hamburger or hot dog, but if we eat a hot dog, we're going to have an immediate heart attack, cardiac arrest. This particular hot dog has got poison in it. How long you go on and on? You warts grow on you. What else happens? Your teeth fall out.
Does a hot dog have warts on it too?
Probably.
I see a little weenie looking like Trump with a little face on the end of it and hair.
Yeah.
And some warts, I guess.
Cartoon or something. Yeah.
Cartoon hot dog.
Yeah. But if those are the options I give you, or you can have a hamburger. What's wrong with hamburger? It don't taste as good.
There's other hamburgers you might prefer to have.
But it tastes better than the hot dog that's going to kill me, doesn't it?
And it's got warts.
I don't know. Neither one, thank you. That's what they go on TV to do that. They literally, people invite them. I should say people invite them to come on TV and,
They're all the same. Well, one's got warts. So they're not. One's got warts on it.
No one wants to eat a hot dog with warts on it. Nobody does. Well, there may be some, That's the reason I'll never get on a computer by myself again. You type in the wrong two words together. You don't know what's going to come up on the thing.
Oh, Lord, we done said it out loud. No telling what's going to show up on my Instagram tonight.
Put no hot dog warts. Don't put it in the computer. Don't do it.
Now we're saying it, and everybody listening to it going to get pictures of warts on a hot dog.
I'm telling them not to look at it.
It don't matter. That's how Elon Musk gets you. He puts up something you hate on Twitterx, and then you go, I hate this, and you click like hate or whatever you do. Like I hate it. You click on it just to read more about it and hate it extra, and then he tricks you into hating something so bad that he gives you more of it, and that makes you hate it again. You got, what is this fucker talking about?
Watch him
and
out.
you click on it, and then he's got you. You go, well, I know what this motherfucker hates.
Hey, watch him out.
Now, does that make him a genius? In the trolling department, it does.
He ain't. What is it? Twitters?
Yeah.
It lose money every year, doesn't it?
He don't give a shit.
Well, he got it, so he don't care. He can do whatever. But I mean, everybody keeps saying like, "Oh, he's losing money left, right," but he still got plenty, don't he? Oh yeah. His Twitter don't make him, whatever. But so he could it's still fun for him to, like you said, just put all that stuff out there.
There was a time when we thought, it's going to lose money, or look, it's hurting Tesla, or it's going to be a problem for SpaceX. When he don't give a shit about none of that. He wants to make you mad. He's Trump now. He's Trump. He could lose every dime he's got, and he'll just do some infomercials or whatever. He'll sell some Musk steaks or whatever. He'll tour with Trump, and they'll go to some arenas, and he'll make money that way. He doesn't want the billions. He just wants to make you mad. He wants to have an army of idiots in polo shirts with the Confederate flag on them, and that's what he's got. That's what he's going to wind up with.
Well, we know for a fact. You talk about him saying this and saying that, trolls and stuff. He did put a bunch of Russia stuff out there, as we come to find out. Department of Justice turns out here in Tennessee. Russia doing good business here in Tennessee. Do you know that?
Now, I don't know that I understand this story 100%. You say it's a bunch of Russians in Tennessee?
They're making the money. They're giving this, Tenet's the name of it. It's one of the broadcasts, whatever it is, does things like this, does on the news.
Like podcasts?
Yeah, stuff like that.
Are they better than this one?
Well, more people listen to it. I don't know about better. But all these people, these right-wing people, Russia, this company was built or whatever, funded by Russia. It's all Russian money.
Wait, you mean Russia had a bunch of money and they said, let's get Tim Pool and Benny Johnson to come over here and run down black people or whatever they do. I'm not saying that's what it is, but I mean, it's what it leads to. Sometimes, pretty much.
Not all the
it's
time.
It's mostly, I don't know them enough to say 100%, so I'm just going to say like 90% sure that's what it all adds up to in the end. So the Russians are like, let's give them money to do this. Let's pay them. We're going to pay Tim Pool to be a Russian asset on his podcast.
I guess so, but wouldn't he be doing that already, whether Russia gave him money or not? I mean, trust me, if Russia's paying you, when I think it's like hundreds of thousands of dollars, it is. It's millions of dollars, but like some of these people are making him or whoever else, or 3 or 4 of them, I don't listen to none of that. But they, where's that money coming from? They should give them money back. Does the government seize that money or whatnot? Of course, they're saying they're the victims now. So I didn't know.
So it's
Russia giving me all this money.
So you're saying that it's not even up for debate. They're gonna Department of Justice gonna investigate it, but it's already
investigated. Yeah, there'll be charges at some point.
So the Tim Pools are just like, well, shit, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Well, he's the one that you listen to him on a regular day. Ukraine's America's enemy, the worst cut, we need to let Putin take them out before Ukraine takes America out, and on and on and on. And then after all this come out, he got on Twitter and said, I'm second thought of thinking we should be a good ally to Ukraine, and we need to give them $20 billion on our next thing, blah, 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 blah. Which, if 4 people in Congress respond to that as they should, then all this is worth it for me. I don't care about who go jail, anything like that. If they just take care of Ukraine just for this dummy. And also, I guess, surprising to me, I don't know if you heard this or not, did you hear that Trump actually made a Nazi mad?
What?
It's hard for him to do. It's a rare thing for Trump to upset a Nazi. It really is. He has to really go out of his way. Maybe, he can irritate a Nazi by saying, abortion at however many months, this and whatever. That he could, that'll irritate a Nazi, but he ain't gonna make him mad. He made that. And I don't know the names, so I ain't going to say it right for you, but Nicky Fotes. He's the one that had him over for dinner. He had him come over his house and gave him, him and rapper, Yazy. He had them over.
Trump invited them over to dinner at Mar-a-Lago?
Yeah, this a while back. And he said, he had a night. Well, he's straight up. He ain't even lying, but he's a white supremacist. The Jews shouldn't exist, on and on. He's just straight up that. It ain't like He ain't like someone that says things like the other people we just talk about who say Nazi things. No, he admits it, and I am this, whatnot. So I guess Trump out there is saying a lot of stuff that don't make sense as usual, but it's gotten a little bit worse, to me, in a way. Seems like it is for him. And he'd been letting it slip up and he lost the election. I think in one thing he'd come out and say, oh, we just barely lost just by like just a whiff. We almost just barely. So this particular Nazi overheard this and said on his Nazi show that who's funding that, I wonder. So you're saying maybe you should have told all these people, cooling the hills in prison about the election. Maybe you should have told them, maybe if you'd have told me that you'd have lost the election, I wouldn't be on no flight and blah, 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 and all this and whatnot. So seems like he made a Nazi mad for the first time that I know of on record, yeah.
There must be a lot of January 6 people who don't like it when he says he lost the election. I mean, not just Nazis, but the Nazis and January 6th. There must be a name. But I think we're going to have to come up with different Nazi names,
yeah.
like pod Nazis and funny hat Nazi. That's not a good name.
No, not funny hat Nazi, no. All different kinds of, they're still Nazis, regardless.
We could just boil it down to the Nazi. But yeah, they must be. But do they think he's telling the truth when he says that? Like, why would Nick Fuego?
I'm sure some of them say, oh, he just misspoke, as he does on many occasions. But evidently this time, because he's done it a couple times now, we've just barely lost the election. So he's like even stressing that, which it wasn't barely. It was, as much as he beat Hillary by, but still. But he is said on double K, and yeah, this particular Nazi is very upset about it, and and I'm sure after all the Nazis that listen to him, because who else would, on his thing, whether he does like this, a TV show, whatever it is, the Nazis channel.
Does he make as much money as the Russians?
I don't know. I don't know how. I never thought anybody doing this would ever make any kind of money, but evidently, if you do the certain talking points, Russia give you, $100,000.
So the people who support Trump are the Nazis and the Russians.
Well, except for one that we know of. And the Nazis are, yeah.
Putin and North Korea.
Yep.
But they're the America First Party. Like they're the patriotic flags on the back of their truck party?
They're knocking people out of the way at Arlington Cemetery and getting their thumbs up commercial wherever they want it. Party.
I don't get it anymore, Jackie. Look.
There's a adjudicated rapist party. 34 counts party. He's back in court today. His lawyers in there trying to get that dismissed. It almost seemed normal today for a second. The first thing he saw on the news is his lawyers are in D.C. on the January 6th case, and Hunter Biden's out California somewhere. Him going to trial for, not paying taxes. It seems that registers there. That seems just a little bit of normality there. Not that I like it being normal that way, but
nostalgia is a trap, Jackie.
It is.
What happened to Hunter Biden? Did he get the... Right, he's paid by the Ukrainians. They give him money. Is that what happened?
At one time,
they pay him.
I don't know if they still paying him money, but
Russians,
he worked over there.
He worked over there.
He had a job
like
there,
what? A resort?
I don't know what he did.
He ran a hotel or something.
Probably, yeah, something like that. I think he was maitre d' somewhere. Nice place in Ukraine where all the bigwigs went to eat.
I tell you what, it's no joke. I know he's the son of a president and all, it's probably thought he was going to do. It's probably thought his life was going to turn out different. But I think being maitre d' of a restaurant would be a good job for him. He's got the skills for it. He's got the looks. And I think that the lifestyle sounds like a lifestyle he would enjoy.
He's already beat you out on that. He's an artist now.
What?
He's an artist. Remember, he does paintings and stuff. Once you figure out how to make money being an artist, it's over with. You ain't gonna do nothing else. I'm telling you right now.
Shit.
If you're lucky enough to sit around a bunch of paint, and I ain't knocking, I ain't judging his quality. I don't even know what they look like. So I don't know if he may be great. George Bush, that's a hobby because he does it in the bathtub. He don't need the money. You know what I mean?
But what else does he do to make money? It seems like that's all he does.
George Bush?
Yeah.
He don't need to make. He was the he gets,
I know, but you said once you figure out.
He come from money anyway. The Bush family always, I all have money. He had all money go way back. He don't need money. It ain't about money. Biden, I'm sure, has a lot of money too. Ukraine gave him so much. I don't know what he knew, but he spent all on cocaine, crack. Remember, he spent all of his money, Ukraine money, on crack or something.
He had so much money, he could buy a gun and just throw it away.
Throw it in the trash. I'll throw them all in the trash.
This says Hunter Biden's paintings have sold for a total of $1.5 million.
There you go. Once you figure out how to, and I ain't saying he don't have talent. I don't know the first thing about it. But if you can figure out whether you can use your name or your daddy's name or be a genuine, talented, gifted artist, either or, if you can make a living doing that, you ain't gonna do nothing else. That's it.
Wait, the whole art thing for Hunter Biden was, they investigated him for that.
Well, sure. What did they not investigate him for?
The Biden White House, I can't figure. Plus, also, I'm just reading.
Do you remember when they had hearings, there a bunch of beatniks in there?
What?
The Hunter Biden art dealer.
Right, it was full of and
Jim Jordan was questioning all them old hippies.
Y'all stop snapping. Every time Hunter Biden said something, they'd just be snapping their fingers like that. And he said, "Hey, y'all beatniks, stop that snapping." He lost his cool.
He did.
The beatniks got to him.
They get to me, I'll be honest, too. I don't like him.
But imagine a bunch of beatniks show up and making Jim Jordan mad. That's funny.
They got themselves into it. They did all this themselves. There ain't nothing they ain't investigated. They drag the whole family, everybody in there.
Dobie Gillis got mad at Adam.
Who did?
Dobie Gillis.
Gillis. That's Gilligan's.
He'd get mad at Gilligan for being a beatnik.
Yeah. Gilligan was, he was a hippie on that one. You couldn't show him doing drugs, but everybody knew he was.
Do you remember, he's alive.
TV back then, you could show people doing drugs.
No. Shaggy.
Now, unless it's like Dragnet or something, they run you off jail or you die of overdose or whatever it is. But other than that, you can't just be having a good time on drugs on TV back when I was, looking at it.
Yeah, no, you can't do it. That's why Shaggy's, everybody says, oh, he's high too, because they based him, rumor has it, on a Maynard G. Krebs, that they all kind of were like little Dobie Gillis ripoffs.
Well, who's the dog based on?
Well, the dog was his own thing. They was like, let's give Dobie Gillis a dog.
So you had, the dog was a show. We need someone to, to be with the dog. You ever seen Dobie Gillis?
Yep.
There you go. That's how you make TV, folks, right there.
I ain't never really seen Dobie Gillis. Did you watch that when you was...
No, hell no. I know what it is because I remember, well, you put it on the hip, I'm going to change the channel.
Do you remember when Beatniks...
I wouldn't watch Gilligan for the longest time because of him. I said, no, sir, I know what he's about. No, he ain't, they all, none of them on here,
Did you
political on it, which is kind of true. You got, Mr. Howell. All that
he's
stuff.
A millionaire. That's political as hell.
That's political nowadays. I don't know what it was when it was on. But, when I warmed up to it and I started watching it, well, he ain't, doing drug stuff on the island or whatever. Of course, you can't out there where you don't get your drugs at.
And they all believed the professor. They said science. Nobody ever said,
nobody questioned
you full
science.
of shit.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it didn't really work out so good. But a lot of that was because of Gilligan. That science was false.
Everybody blamed Gilligan for everything on that show, but it's the captain. Wasn't he driving the damn boat when it crashed there?
No,
he did it. Skipper did.
Okay, one mistake versus mistakes for the rest of your life living on an island.
Okay, let's weigh the mistakes. These little mistakes wouldn't mean nothing if I weren't stuck on a damn island. Who did that?
That's true. Well, there was a storm, right? It's in the song.
It don't matter if it's a storm. If you Oh, we're fine. The weather said, you the captain of the boat, you're supposed to know all that stuff. If there's no random storm show up, you pay attention. They should have had a more professional, and you think with Mr. Howe's wealth, and what is he doing on a boat with us? Anyway, I don't want to go down that road. He'd have his own yacht, and he'd be fine. But I like the show. It was good. It's silly. I like it, though.
Yeah. Do we need to watch Gilligan's Island?
Because I want to know. Watch it. I've seen it. Once you've seen 2 or 3 episodes, you really don't need to see that many more. Let's just be honest about that. Except when they go back. I love that one. When they're all old.
With the Globetrotters.
They get rescued. And they say, well, that ain't going to work. I ain't going to watch them in regular. It's funny to see them stuck out there, whatever. But then they go build a resort out there, big, then make the islands famous because of them. So they run a big fancy resort. And the next that come on, Harlem Globetrotters come out and played there. Yeah.
I guess we should just watch the damn movies in. And
just those. That'd be plenty. I don't need to look at the because seriously, if you've seen 2 or 3 episodes, you've seen all of them.
Did they ever do one? Because some of them movies were coming out in the 70s, early 80s. Did they ever do one country, like a bunch of country stars, the Grand Ole Opry cruise gets washed up on the island, or maybe there's a sheriff like chasing them, because a lot of stuff in the 70s had sheriffs.
I don't think they did that. I think they just had those 2 and that was it. I think the plan was, if this works, we'll keep him out on the island running the hotel forever, whatever. But I guess nobody,
Did the skipper ever feel guilty? Was he ever like,
I don't ever remember him once. He's mad at Gilligan. Of course, you understand he's
taking that out.
Taking it out on him, his mistakes, his foibles.
Trauma gets passed down.
Yep. That's what happened, man. That's what happened right there. Yeah, nobody listened to him. I mean, I kind of did. But yeah, he's the one, it's his fault that they're out there. So yeah.
And really, it's an indictment of wealth because money means nothing on this new island.
Nope.
So the formerly powerful Mr. and Miss Howe are worthless.
They got
old and pointless.
They got just as many coconuts and bananas as the rest of them. Everything's equal there. Yeah, they don't. I mean, they probably promised things when they get off. They had nice stuff. He's always dressed up nice, whatever. And the attitudes didn't change none.
No, the attitudes didn't. But then they just seemed pathetic and out of touch, much like Ginger and her fame.
Oh yeah,
boils down to nothing.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I ain't got nothing on any of the rest of them anyway. I like Mary Ann. She's good.
Who's your favorite on
Probably
there?
Mary Ann, because she's the one the least issues with or whatnot, Professor's nice, too. I always thought those 2 should get together. It just seemed that made sense, Mary Ann and Professor, but I don't think it did. None of that ever none of that foolishness went down, on the show. You couldn't do that on TV. Mr. and Miss Howe, they were married, so whatever they did is up, that's private.
How close were their little huts to each other?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Like, could you hear? Like, I'm just gonna say, if Mr. and Miss Howe got up to some,
I did wish I never brought it up. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear none of it. Just stop right now.
How old do you think Jim Backus was on that show?
Hey,
90?
No.
40?
He's in the 50s something, wasn't he?
How the hell? I don't know.
Mr. Magoo was in the 50s. I don't know either. You're asking me if I know how old somebody was.
And you was around
just
then.
Just because I was old, they don't know everybody's birthday.
You don't even know the difference between a beatnik and a hippie.
I mean, one come before the other, but they're both just as high.